If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's August 6, 2020, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the gold continues to climb higher as it's pushing its upper limit. Now first, let's take a look at the economic events of the day. So we've got one event this morning coming out as we're doing this morning review. It's at 8 a.m. South African time. The GBP will have an official bank rate decision this morning with the interest rate. So let's see how it comes out. But it is an important number. And tomorrow we do have the NFP coming out for the jobs created in July. Very important number coming out of the United States. So you do want to know what's coming out. Now looking at the currencies, we're watching the US dollar actually lose ground versus the major pairs as it's testing that upper limit in the euro, the Aussie USD, and the GBP. We're going to take a look at all of them. And looking at the Dow Jones, it breaks to the upside, okay, to 27,000. Nice rally there. The NASDAQ still strong, but took a little bit of a day off yesterday in terms of rallying. Now looking at the gold, it continues to climb like I mentioned, and oil jumps yesterday as well. And looking at the stocks, Apple and Amazon are still very strong, okay? We're going to take a look at both of them. And remember yesterday I mentioned Alcoa was looking even better to break out? Well, sure enough, it broke out, okay, about $2. We're going to take a look at that as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to first take a look at a Euro USD weekly chart. And I just want to highlight this again. From the beginning of June up until now, okay, this entire move is at about 1,100 point move. Now we haven't been in this type of move ranges. I mean, look at this. Look at the time intervals. Look at how long we were trading in this kind of sectional time, how long we were trading in this sectional time, okay? We haven't been in this type of range since 2017. So this is really very interesting to see. Now the next real resistance that we have is 1960, okay? 119.60 is the next range. So keep that in mind because we did grapple with making higher, okay? This is a 4-hour chart. And this, we pushed it to the 119.06, and then we retraced down to 117, and then challenging again. So a lot of volatility, and I would be looking to break that 119.06 level later today. Now looking at the GBP as this number is actually coming out, you can see that we're rallying here. 131.55. This is exactly what's happening in real time, that this rate decision is coming out. We just bounced about 25 pips just in the last second, all right? And it looks like it's going to take it higher. If it does take it above this 131.70-ish level, we can continue rallying even higher, okay? But we did have that double top both in the euro and the GBP, so one of them is going to have to break out in order for us to really have that momentum. Now, this is much more important for the GBP because you could see that we've had a little bit of a contention here, a little bit of a resistance before, okay? That's not such a good line that I drew, okay? But right there, we've had this contention. So for this to really break out, it has to break up above this area. So if it does close above 132, then we could possibly see it get back to 135-ish level even, okay? So something exciting happening with the GBP and the euro versus the dollar. Now, looking at the Aussie, giving a little bit of a day off here. Okay, not pushing out higher, but it is on its upper range. Now, jumping into commodities, gold is the one, okay, trading at 2,049, hitting a high of 2,054 yesterday, and then giving it up a little bit to 229. So this is the situation. This is going to go higher, okay, just a matter of time, whether it happens today or tomorrow or the next day. But people are reassessing their target for gold into the end of the year. Remember, I said already since the beginning of May that we would hit 2,000 by the end of the year. And sure enough, we're hitting it 4 months ahead of schedule. Okay, so just be aware that this does want to go out higher, but be aware also that you're buying the top of the move if you do decide to buy it. So make sure that you have a very strict stop loss. Now jumping into the Dow Jones, we're looking at a daily chart. So I just want to highlight the fact how much we've come since March 18th, okay, when we hit this low of 18,300-ish level. And we've challenged this 500-ish level right there. Now, what I like about this is that it's making higher highs okay, higher lows and higher highs. Okay, that's 3 right there. And the fact that we're breaking above it with a candle may suggest that we're actually going to challenge this 27,400-ish level later in the week. Okay, if that does happen, the next real resistance is 28,500-ish level. Now, in spite of the fact that we're in a pandemic, a lot of money is being pumped into the economy in various streams, okay, in order to revitalize the economy. Now, I'm going to just highlight this again for those who are in the South African market, okay, should know that I do follow the so another index that I do follow is the JSC, and you can see here on a weekly chart, we're challenging the upper limit as well here, okay? So it's not just the US markets that are strong, it's obviously some of the other markets that are strong also, in anticipation that these lockdowns actually will be reduced and we'll be able to isolate breaks out a little bit better going into the fall. Now, jumping into the stocks, Apple. Okay, look at that. So strong, 438, sustaining that gap up and then challenging on the upper line. So really 440 is the area to break it. If it does break it, we could hit 448 as well. Now, looking at Amazon, kind of changed character here. Okay, it did look like it was making and becoming a little bit weaker. Okay, with making these lower highs. Okay, but it broke it right here. It didn't break that the 2 moving averages, and now it's challenging this area at 3197. So if it does break above 3200 and does sustain itself and it does close above 3200, we could see it push higher, and then the NASDAQ will actually push higher. Okay, so something to consider. Now, jumping into Alcoa, this is the read of yesterday. I did mention that it looked like it wanted to go up higher, and sure enough, a beautiful breakout. We were trading right there at 1354, and we're now at 1463, over $1 change since yesterday, and a nice little breakout. And kudos to me for making the call. If you made money on it, great. Okay, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking for real character in trading. Okay, and this is a case in point when that's happening. You consolidated in the upper limit. You look like you were setting up a wedge formation as well. You could see it so clearly with the moving averages and then breaking out on the upside. So beautiful little play there. Now, the next real resistance, let's take a look. Okay, this may not just jump up today again, but the next real resistance is 1545. So something to consider. If it does break above 1545, it goes 1775. Now, with this type of stock, you got to, trade volume. Okay, you've got to trade a little bit higher just because, the moves are, number one, not so extreme. Okay, so you got to reallocate the type of trade that you do through it. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.